Eric. I first of all compliment you, the governor, the legislature. Sitting here has been terribly energetic and thrilling because you've brought the issue of higher education to the forefront here in Cleveland and across the state, which is really about time because there certainly has been a paucity of activity in this arena for many years. My question, and I guess it's my myopic perspective on life about philanthropy, and I've studied the Research Triangle Park, having been there millions of times and worked on grants and all kinds of things. They are fueled by several philanthropic foundations like the Burroughs Wellcome Trust Fund out of London and other philanthropic groups. Could you elaborate a little bit? You gave a couple of examples already of individuals who emerge with major gifts to universities because they have brought these centers of excellence to their campuses. And I think that can be leveraged big time. Yeah. And I think it's a salient point that you made.
Yes, thank you for noticing that when I was highlighting, I was also hopefully implanting in your brain subliminal suggestions about what you can do with your estates and even your current disposable incomes. The fact is that once again we cannot rely solely on tax revenues to build the world-class system. Everybody in private higher education has known that forever, and certainly it is true of public higher education as well. It happens, by the way, because we looked at this very carefully during the strategic plan, that we are actually, compared to the nation, our public institutions have done a reasonably good job of attracting private philanthropy, but overall that still doesn't say much because nationwide the overall experience of private philanthropy to public higher education is not anywhere close to what it is in the private sector. So this is a focus of ours. In the strategic plan, we call for a couple of changes. One is that we will introduce incentive funding. 29 states actually have introduced using state funds to incentivize private fundraising. We've done this, for example, with the Third Frontier for years, where we've insisted on a private match before we gave a Third Frontier grant, and so we'll be doing more of that in higher education. Florida has done a particularly effective job of this, and we will emulate their experience. And we will also be creating a University System of Ohio Foundation, not to compete with the efforts of our individual institutions, but to do things that the state can collectively do to market higher education that individual institutions can't. And by the way, to assure them we're not competing with them, their development directors will be on the board of the foundation, so they'll watch me like a hawk. But we do believe there are things we can do collectively, particularly in the area of need-based financial aid. We want to be as efficient and effective as we can. We want to keep tuitions as low as we can, but ultimately these are expensive enterprises to run, and we cannot allow them to be priced out of students' price range. And so what students actually pay as compared to what the sticker price is what we're really focused on. And I think we can do a lot in private philanthropy to help improve what students actually pay.
Question
you got
about
the mic.
No, this is softball.
Oh, okay.
Question about what
sponsored lunch. You can ask me anything.
Okay. No, wouldn't do that to you. What we'll loosely call marketing, and everything you're doing is great, and the fact that you have legislative leadership walking together with you is unprecedented. But with all these goals you got to communicate and market these things to people, older adults, people in the inner cities, others. What thoughts do you have on getting the word out?
Right. Well, in the strategic plan, it was a bit of a setup because I think he knows the answer. But in the strategic plan, I shouldn't admit that, right? There is a call for a compact with the business community, between the business community and higher education. This actually was initiated by a commission Governor Taft put together, the Governor's Commission on Higher Education and the Economy, which was chaired by none other than Dick Pogue. And out of that came a group called the Business Alliance for Higher Education and the Economy, on which a fellow named Dick Pogue sits. And so one of the elements of this compact, we've agreed to work together on several issues. One of them is on the marketing of higher education. I will tell you that we've made a little bit of progress, and that is that you're all familiar with the Ohio Business Development Council. This is the group that's been developing the marketing campaign for the state of Ohio that you've seen across the Wall Street Journal and Business Week, and these are the nationwide ads that we're running. I think they're positively wonderful ads. I think they're very effective, and we have already begun aligning our graphics and our messaging to those formats. If you look at our website, you'll start to see, in fact, if you look at the strategic plan itself, you'll see that we're using that material. They've invested millions of dollars in marketing research, money that we could never find. So we're going to, in the interest, the same way we're asking our schools to work together, we're going to work across state government to tap into what Department of Development has available. They're doing an extraordinary job of marketing the state, and we want them to help us market the University System of Ohio as well.
Today at the City Club of Cleveland, we've been listening to Eric Fingerhut, Chancellor of the Ohio Board of Regents. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are now adjourned.